Hello and welcome back to Factorio Technical Belt Mega Base Guide. I'm Exterminator and thank you for joining me. So we're back here at the furnaces, and this is not what we're actually going to work on today, but I did want to cover a few suggestions you guys had in the comments for the last video. Some really good ideas that I had not thought of. Definitely it helps to have, more heads thinking about it. So instead of doing this ugly thing, someone had a very good idea that we could just do a bit of a splitter thing. So after these first 6, what we could do is have a splitter somewhere in here, and he would go like this, and then this way, and then we can just use our priority output like this. So this is just going to switch this to this side, which I think is better than the weird side loading thing. And then for this one here, you guys also had a good point that the 2 inserters working isn't really a problem because this is like a little bit overkill anyways. So I saw some ways to do it, and really any of them are a possibility. We could do one like that and then one like this. I'm not really a fan of this method. It doesn't look too great in my opinion. There were some other ideas like having a splitter like over here, and this guy would like come up like that and then like this, except actually I would do it correctly. And then we would input priority here and output priority on the other side, and have this just turn over like that. I'm not entirely, they showed a screenshot which seemed like it was compressed, so this may work. This is actually a pretty simple method which I really wouldn't mind. I'm not a huge fan of the inserter being on the other side, but we'll see what we can do. So I did want to let you guys know I did read the comments and stuff on that, and we'll figure out what to do. I'll brainstorm that a little bit. But what I want to work on today is actually adding a bit of a stacker system, if possible, to this, because I was discussing last episode to have this train go to like multiple iron patches. I'm not really a fan of that type of method myself, so I'm thinking of just adding another train, but we currently don't have a stacker, so we can't really do that. Because if there's a train in here, there's nowhere else for the other train to go. And there is actually an iron patch right here, which would be way closer than going and getting this one, which someone pointed out, which was really cool. So we're going to go work on that and see if we can get a stacker in here somewhere. It's probably going to have to be vertical. So let's go ahead and I want to grab, we have a fair bit of rail. I would hope that this is enough, but probably wouldn't hurt to grab some more, right? And sorry if if my voice is different or something. Or I didn't sleep really at all last night. I was not feeling well. Something I ate did not agree with me. I'm not sick again, but something I ate did not agree with me. So I was like up all night, and I am just in one of those fogs where it's like I can't even talk fully. So we're going to run up here, and I'd like to copy, I'd like to just grab for ease of use here. I don't really know why I have this, but I don't want it. We're just going to grab like this one. I don't think we need this big of a stacker necessarily. Probably like a couple of these lanes would work, minus this bit. So we're just going to copy this. And my concern is I'm not sure if this is actually going to fit vertically in here, and it looks like it's not. So I should have done this farther away, because this is a bit not great. The way this is going to work is going to have to be super wonky. And wow, I have there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh yeah, it was these furnaces that I had. So let's use our bots, clear this out. Turning our bots back on would definitely be helpful. Give me all the stone. I'm just going to trash it. And coal, we are getting coal. You do get coal from these huge rocks, by the way. So I'm getting the coal from that. So, damn. This was so close, man. Being able to fit here vertically. I mean, I could move this. I could move this up and then just have it curve. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I mean, if these junctions are actually kind of close, though. Anyway. Let's see. We could actually have them come in. I mean, they could come in from this junction too. We could just get rid of this one and have this one shared. That's not really a problem because we have the double lanes anyway. So if he came in, it'd go like this, but then the problem is it has to wrap back around, which is a little bit odd, and it's kind of inefficient on top of that. But I think we could maybe make that work. Because if we would have to move this entire thing up, like this part up, and then curve it back down to hook into this stacker and this lane, which I feel like that's not actually going to like look any better than doing it this way. So we're just gonna clear this junk. It's a lot of stuff. I don't have enough trash slots. Come on, dudes. We'll get rid of some space once we place these tracks. Yes, thank you, I'm aware. Okay, so this, we don't want it like right on the junction. We want it like over here maybe. And I mean, it could be lower, it doesn't really have to be this high, although we will want to make sure we can actually make that turn. Maybe we should put it this high. Let's do it like here or something. We'll see how that works. So this guy is going to go here because this should allow trains to, you know, stack here, hence the name, while there is a train in the one station. And then that should hopefully help our iron throughput a bit on this end with the circuits and all the stuff and the gears that require that. So we're going to do this. I'm out of signals apparently. So just tie that in there. And then this guy will need a chain signal before it, like here. Just as we've done here. And these ones aren't really necessary. These signals here, they help, I think, throughput a little bit. They don't have to be there, but it doesn't really hurt anything. So what we have to do, so this is the input now, right? So what we have to do then is change stuff. We have to change quite a bit of stuff because these actually need to be pointing the other direction. In fact, this is going to turn a fair bit of the base off while I do this. Just gonna clear all this out. Gonna kill the main line, which is gonna give some no pass stuff here for a second. Some of these trains. Whoop. Draw a straight line. Alright, so that's just continuing. We obviously want to rehook up power. That would be good. And then this is not needed, this bit here, because they're not entering from this. So really, because all these need to turn the other direction is what needs to happen. Because this needs to like pull back and turn this way for that, and then come up here and go like, how about let's get rid of this first. Make this a lot easier on myself. Not have these like weird loops going on here. And we'll just re-signal it. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so this one is going to turn and go that way. And then this one, you know, same type of deal. It's pretty much exactly what we had. It's just going the other direction. Like that. And then essentially the same signaling. Guy needs to pull back a little bit. And this is like kind of hacked together with the stacker, then the weird spot and such, but really not too big of a deal. So this is going to be our exit, and this is our entry. Again, because we're doing right-hand drive. So with this being our entry, go like that. Probably don't need that one, but do it anyway. And then signal. Signal, we want signals here before these merges. And we want some chains here before this cross and that cross. And also, by the way, if you have like a section here where it could go in two places, if you hit R, like to rotate, it'll change the position it can go in, whether it's on this track or this track. It took me a while to figure that out. This signaling is a bit excessive, but again, it doesn't really hurt anything to do this. I'd rather be safe than sorry, to be honest. So let's boom. Boom. Sometimes I just gotta re-look at this again several times. So that goes like that. This one shouldn't really need another thing. So it comes in. I mean, we could put one here, I guess. I don't think it really hurts. Yeah, it pretty much just extends. To be safe, we should probably put one there. But then this one becomes not not necessary, I don't think. Because it would be similar to these ones over here, where we have this and this. So really, with that in mind, we don't even need these, because this is now identical to the other one over there. So these are no longer necessary. An output one here may be necessary. So that should work decently. So this is our input. So this guy just needs to come around. It's actually not as bad as I thought. So we're just gonna bring him down like this, and heck, this would even leave room for maybe another station if we needed it to. So that's our input. Now our output obviously does not go through the stacker, so we're gonna need to have it go connect to another output lane. So let's just see if we can get this to make a somewhat nice curve. Not particularly. These damn rocks, dude. So many rocks in the way. This is unbelievable. All right. So this one, I'm just trying to keep like the curve somewhat nice here. So this one's then gonna connect, and I think I probably like crossed my line. Oh, see, he already took it. It's working. I didn't do my signals wrong, so this actually needs to connect up there, which is a bit not great, but it's doable. So we will need some sort of signaling here, right? Signals. I would like a signal, thank you. Okay, before the merge, again, before the merge here. And then, I mean, this, geez. So this is a decent example of where you wouldn't always chain signal before a cross, and this comes into like priority, like what rail you want to give priority to. So like if I wanted to give priority to this rail, theoretically, I believe I would want to normal signal here if I'm getting priority to this rail. If I want to give priority to this rail, I would normal signal here and chain signal this. I don't really think it matters. We do want to make sure the trains can get out though. Well, I mean, it shouldn't. It's not like this is super high traffic, so it doesn't really matter, just as long as they don't crash. And these signals are fairly excessive, but let's leave them there. That should work. I mean, the trains are coming in. I don't know if one left yet or not, but this copper train should be about ready to leave, huh? Well, he's not throwing a no path air, so we can watch him leave. Okay, so see how that's... See, so this is a good example. So I actually did this, I would say backwards, I guess, because this one wanted to wait here for this guy. So I think I would want to actually reverse that if I want to give priority the other way. Like I said, it really doesn't matter because this is not high enough traffic to be causing an issue. But what this will do now, obviously, is allow us to have multiple iron trains or multiple copper trains or whatever coming in here and still sharing just the one station. So that takes care of that. Research, we probably should do some... How is our like stuff doing here anyway? It's all backed up. Well, this is not, because we're out of... Right, because we're out of iron. Because we're out of iron. But we have enough to do some research. For our robot count, I'm gonna use some iron and stuff. We could, I mean, does that really matter? Not really. We could knock out some of these. We aren't going to use them, but like I said, I did want to get rid of the non-infinite research. Power as well. Power is doing decently. This is cranking through, which is pretty awesome. The solid fuel, it's not going anywhere, but let me go ahead and I'll stand in the logistics zone for them. Come take my stuff. Let's get level 2 going. Oil is still in very good shape. A long time ago, like before 0.15, oil used to be a big issue. Like if you played, you'll know what I'm talking about. Played back then, there was a major oil grind. And let me tell you, I am glad that's not a thing now because it was not entertaining to do and it was not be entertaining to watch. The oil grind was pretty ridiculous. So I'm glad that that's a bit better now. Especially mining productivity helps oil so much. It's kind of ridiculous how good, because these oil wells will get down to a certain percent, as I mentioned before. I believe it's like 20% of their starting value. But even once it gets that low, so if it's like, say, like 0.2 or something, if you have high enough mining productivity, you can still get a ton of oil from those. And these are still lagging behind a little bit. It's because there's not near as much belt buffer on that as there is on these other ones. And okay, so space science, we're not actually researching space science stuff at the moment, but alright, so how are we doing on time? How long did that take? We're at 15 minutes. I need something else to do. I thought that would actually take longer for once it went smoother than I expected. We have the stone coming in. I mean, we need that iron is what we need, but also, how is this doing? Okay, he's fully backed up. I guess we could go grab that iron. I didn't really want to do another outpost on camera because I just done one, but I think we will work on that really quick, just get that taken care of. And honestly, I am tired enough to where I don't know that I can do anything else useful. Okay, so where are our miners? I was making miners, right? I mean, we're making miners here. I had a box, but I think I used them all. Was I making miners over here? If I'm not, I should be. Oh, I did make some. Sweet. I'll just grab some. And let's see. Belt-wise, we're probably okay on belt. Inserters. Stack inserters are going to be pretty important for this on the trains. That's something we should automate. Maybe we should be automating that. Problem is, our fast inserters are up here somewhere, over here, but the red circuits are nowhere near this, so we could either A, have the red circuits go into a logistics chest, which we're already doing. Why don't we make stack inserters? That would be something good to work on, yeah. Let's do that. Stack inserters, here we come. So this guy is, I mean, this could just be pretty simple. I mean, this is going to require stuff. A lot of stuff, but I wanted to just grab straight from that, but may not be entirely realistic, especially with the amount of gears that we need. Having the bots move this is a little bit silly, though. Like, if we're going to be honest, it's a little bit ridiculous. Nah, screw it. We'll have the bots do it. We have the bots, we might as well use them, right? So this is where things get tricky. So if we were to do this, you can't even do that. Ugh. Alright, well, how about here? We can use our output thing, right? It's only going to go to this side, so if we just do that, it's not going to even send stuff. Or it shouldn't? Is that because it's backed up? That's why. Yeah, it's because it's backed up. And I'm sorry if you hear a noise. There's like, I don't know what they're doing. They're like towing a car or something outside. So this is a little bit not great. What we could do is shuffle this over. This is a bit of a mess, but hey, some good quality spaghetti. We could red belt this, so do some belt weaving. And then bring him over like this. There we go. We have all the stuff now that we need. So we don't need the iron, but we do need the gears and the circuits, and then we'll just request the red circuits. So these can just go, how about like, I don't stick it right next to the bus? That'd probably be good. Let's do that. And these need a ton of gears and a ton of circuits. I mean, I might as well split it, but really it's probably just gonna need the whole thing. Like that. And again, same issue. So I guess I'll just do that. And then something. Close enough, right? So this, I mean, really we should probably use stack inserters for this. We don't need these like a ton at the moment, so it's not that bad to just be used. They're not going to run fully, but like I said, we really don't need them that much right now. Primarily just for trains. So then we'll just request some red circuits, and I believe these take 1, so fairly low request. We will do like 20, because it is a bit of a flight, and these do create fairly quickly, even when they're not working fully. And we'll get that going. How about we power both things? And then you are going to give us, we'll just do 50 for now, that should be good. Research is done. How about we get that research. So once the red circuits are being brought over here, this guy should start cranking along. I'll just throw this in here anyways. And he's missing those, so we could also then request the normal inserters. I'm gonna do a lower request. Well, whatever, doesn't matter. Let's just do 20, match it. So it's a bit silly to have them bring from here. I could belt it, but I mean, we have the bots. Like I said, why not? So this is starting to make some, which is awesome. That'll get that going. Keep cranking out the research. How are things keeping up? Things are keeping up quite nicely. I must say the military would be the only bottleneck I'd expect, but with these red lanes of iron and stuff coming through here, it's working out quite well. Oh, something else I wanted to cover was the split-offs. A few episodes ago, you guys said you could just like cascade splitters down to make it work. Not really. It doesn't, like, if you just do a simple cascade, like I demonstrated at the end of one episode, like if you just do this, even if you give like priority or whatever, it doesn't really work. It's not throughput unlimited. It becomes throughput limited, which is not something we want. There are some ways, like someone else had an interesting thing where you would do it backwards. So like if this is our split off point here, that you would actually do the cascade the other direction, which seems a bit more reasonable. I'm still not entirely sure that that would do what I want. I know that these work. This double one apparently does not, which I needed to check on, but I know that these work, and I know for a fact that these pull evenly from all lanes. I'd rather just invest the extra materials and do this. I think it looks better too. It's a personal preference thing. If you can figure out a decent way to use the cascading splitters that, you know, pulls evenly and is not throughput limited, then definitely go for that. And this one, the issue here, I think, is actually only pulling like half of a belt from each because of how this is working. I had a blueprint book at another base that did this correctly, but this was not it, apparently. 4 belt, internal bounce, split off. Right. Yeah, so this one isn't actually pulling fully. So that's an interesting way to do it. But really, this is... What is this going to anyways? This is going to miners. For now, though, it seems pretty good. Someone did post a blueprint to this, so I'll just have to go back and look. I didn't grab it before now. And this is something we could upgrade. I don't know why I never finished that. It's just, boom. I could upgrade planner it, but it's like 50 belts. So what we need to do now is then just boom, and that should be good. Oh darn! So this was just that one little yellow belt in there. If you miss one belt, it just messes up the whole thing. And this is all red belt. This is all steel furnace, so this should be good considering I didn't leave a yellow in here somewhere else. I should get that copper flowing a bit better. Hopefully help that out. And I think that's gonna do it, guys. We're at 24 minutes about, and I'm gonna go take a nap. Hopefully get myself sorted out and such, but it's also getting very loud outside, so holy hell, what are they doing for real? All right, I apologize for that, guys. I can't control the outside noises. Thank you all so much always for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, feedback, leave them down below, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.